So hello everybody, welcome back within the video. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss literary movements, right? So these literary movements which are frequently asked in any English literature exams, whether it is NET, SET, PGT, TGT, KVS, DSSB, Assistant Professor, EMRS, any English literature exams, you will definitely find questions from this particular section, literary movements, right? And this is the part 1 of the series, and these literary movements are in chronological order, so you will be able to understand it easily and remember it for long time, right? So let's get started. Okay, so the very first literary movement we have, that is Scottish Chaucerian, right? Scottish Chaucerian movement, which was popular in 15th century, right? And as you can identify this particular movement by its name itself, the followers of Geoffrey Chaucer, right? The followers of Geoffrey Chaucer. What is exactly this is? This is the group of Scottish poets from 15th and 16th century influenced by Geoffrey Chaucer, right? It was initially followed by Robert Henderson, William Dunbar and Gavin Douglas. That means it was initially, from the beginning, it was initially followed by Robert Henderson, William Dunbar and Gavin Douglas. You have to remember these writers, right? These poets. They often used rhyme royal stanza. And what is rhyme royal stanza? So rhyme royal stanza was founded by Geoffrey Chaucer himself, right? It has 7 lines, right? Right, 7 line stanza. So they were also known as Macaris. What is Macaris? Macaris is they were also called as Macaris. What is Macaris? Macaris is a kind of makers, right? And this was termed as uh, a better craftsman. That means who produces better poetry, right? They were famous for their courtly romance, dream allegory, and language that was richly ornamented by polysyllabic. Polysyllabic means so many syllables. Polysyllabic Latinate words. That means Latin words. So they used polysyllabic Latin words, right? In their poetry. So let's see the writers. Who were the writers from this particular movements? It were William Dunbar, Robert Henderson, Gavin Douglas, Sir David Lindsay, and King James I of Scotland, right? So these were particular famous writers from this particular literary movements, right? And they were famous for, their works were famous for courtly romance, dream allegory, and language that were richly with polysyllabic Latin words. Okay, move on to the next. Okay, next literary movement we have university wits. This is most popular, most famous literary movement. You may all know this literary movement. It was popular in 16th century, right? And it was popular in Elizabethan age, right? So let's get to know what is exactly it is. So the term was coined by George Sainsbury. Question may be easily asked to you that the term, this term university wits was coined by whom? Who coined the term university wits? So it was coined by George Sainsbury. This was a group of English playwrights and pamphleteers from late 16th century who were educated at Oxford and Cambridge universities. That means the writers who were educated at Oxford University and Cambridge University. That's why their name were it was named as university wits. They influenced the development of English drama. That means these writers influenced the development of English drama, and the most important thing, their work paved the way for the theatrical renaissance in English literature in Elizabethan England. That means their works paved the way for theatre opening, and it was opened in 1576 and prepared the way for William Shakespeare, right? And who were these writers? So these writers were Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, Thomas Naas, John Lilly, Thomas Law, George Peele, Thomas Kidd. These writers were there, and Christopher Marlowe, Robert Greene, Thomas Naas. These writers were educated from Cambridge University, and John Lilly, Thomas Lodge, George Peele. These were educated from Oxford University. But this person, Thomas Kidd, he was neither educated from Oxford nor Cambridge, right? He was out of university, but he was included in this particular group because of his writing style. And he's most famous for his Spanish tragedy, right? It was Bloodshed. The Senecan elements were followed in this. Okay, let's get to the next movement, that is Spenserian poets. This is also most famous, and you can identify this literary movement by its name itself, the followers of Edmund Spenser. The group of poets who followed Edmund Spenser and his writing style. These poets admired and emulated his works. That means these are the followers of Edmund Spenser, and these poets admired and emulated his works. Emulated means imitated, copied his works, especially the Fairy Queen. Fairy Queen is the most famous work of Edmund Spenser. Their poetry often reflected Spencer elaborate allegorical style and used the Spenserian stanza. That means they also used Spenserian stanza as like Scottish Scottish Chaucerian. They use rhyme rules. The same way these writers used Spenserian stanza mostly. Who were those writers? George Wither, William Brown, Giles Fletcher, Phineas Fletcher, William Drummond, and Sir John Davies. These was most popular writer, most famous writer in this particular literary movement, Spenserian. Right. Next, move on to the next. Son of Ben. Son of Ben, which was popular in 17th century. Son of Ben, that means the followers of Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson. These poets were followers of Ben Jonson in English poetry and English drama. Okay, next literary movement we have Son of Ben Jonson, right? Son of Ben. I mean Son of Ben. So next literary movement we have Son of Ben, right? It was popular in 17th century, and as you can see by its name itself, Son of Ben, that means the follower of Ben Jonson. Poets, these poets were followers of Ben Jonson in English poetry, right? English poetry and English drama in the first half of 17th century, the follower of Ben Jonson, right? These men followed Ben Jonson's philosophy and this style and his style of poetry. Unlike Johnson, they were loyal to king. Like Ben Jonson was loyal to king, so they were also loyal to the king. The dramatists who were overtly and admittedly influenced by Johnson's drama. His most distinctive artistic achievements, the term the tribe of Ben denotes to them. That means they are not only called son of Ben but also the tribe of Ben, right? Okay, who are these writers? So these writers are Richard Brome. These were 11 writers, right? Particularly these were 11 writers, and these were Richard Brome, Thomas Nabes, Henry Glapthorne, Thomas Killigrew, Sir William Davenant, William Cartwright, Zachary Marmion, Jasper Mayen, Peter Hosted, Thomas Randolph, and William Cavendish. Right. So these were the writers who was son of Ben, who followed the English poetry and drama of Ben Jonson. Okay. Next literary movement we have Cavalier poets, which was famous in 17th century, which was found in 17th century. This is also most important literary movements. So who were these Cavalier poets? So group of poets in 17th century who were in 17th century England, who were the supporter of King Charles I and aristocracy against Parliament. That means they were against Parliament. They were the supporter of against Parliament. Cavalier poetry is known for being charming, witty, graceful, elegant, and often focused in love. The poetry also typically glorifies the monarchy. That means their poetry glorifies the monarchy, celebrates the life and love, and they used simple and traditional verse style. Got it? And who was those writers? Those writers were Robert Herrick. They are most famous. Robert Herrick, Richard Lovelace, Sir John Suckling, Thomas Carrier, William Davenant. And from these particular section, the question had been asked in various time, right? Okay, so next literary movement we have metaphysical poetry. It was famous or found in 17th century, right? Who were metaphysical poets? The term metaphysical poets was coined by the critic Samuel Johnson. That means this term was coined by Dr. Samuel Johnson. And where he used this term? So in his most famous work, Lives of Most Eminent Poets, it was published in 1779-81, and in the chapter of In the chapter on Abraham Cowley, this term was coined. Okay, so this term was coined to describe a loose group of 17th century English poets whose work was characterized by the inventive use of conceits. That means the metaphysical poets, the poets who are called metaphysical poets who used conceits, right, in 17th century, and by a great emphasis on spoken rather than lyrical quality of their verse, right. Who were these writers? These were most famous, most prominent writer was John Donne, then George Herbert, Andrew Marvell, Henry Vaughan, Abraham Cowley, and Richard Crashaw. So these were the most famous writers from metaphysical poetry. Next literary movement we have amatory fiction. Amatory fiction, it was found in late 17th century and early 18th century. Who was these writers and what is exactly amatory fiction? So this is the kind of genre of British literature that became popular during the late 17th century and early 18th century. The writing of amatory fiction work was dominated by primarily by women, right. You have to remember that it was primarily dominated by women and it was considered to have mainly female readers, but it is assumed that men read these novels as well. That means it was considered to have read by women, but men also read this. Big why? This you will get to know that as its name implies, amatory fiction is preoccupied with sexual love and romance. So, what was the characteristics of this particular fiction? It was progressive portrayal of women, sexual in nature, and scandalous material. These are the characteristics of this fiction, right? Who was the famous writer from this particular genre? That wrote the from those wrote this fiction. That is Afra Bain, Elijah Haywood, and Delaware Manley. These were the writers from this particular literary movements. Okay, next we have that is Kit Kat Club. Kit Kat Club, that is also famous. It was found in late 17th century and early 18th century. Okay, who are these? So the Kit Kat Club was an early 18th century London club with strong political and literary association, right? That was a gathering place for prominent Whigs. Who was Whigs? This was the political party in England. Its main purpose was to ensure that the Protestant monarchy would continue after the reign of William III. The club's name comes now. Just remember here, this is the most famous line that the club's name comes from its association with the London pastry cook. This was the place, a London pastry cook, and Christopher Cat. This he was a cook. He was a cook in this particular place. So its name comes from its association with a London pastry cook, Christopher Cat, whose mutton pies were called a Kit Kat. His mutton pies was called a Kit Kat. The club members first met at his house and also enjoyed his mutton pies. So the club's portraits by Godfrey Kneeler. That means this club's portraits by Godfrey Kneeler. He portrayed a picture of this particular club work painted on canvases of a specific size that became known as a Kit Kat, right. And in this particular Kit Kat club, the writers came that became literary movement. That is Richard Steele, Joseph Addison, William Congreve, Robert Walpole, and Duke of Marlborough. And in this Richard Steele, Joseph Addison, William Congreve, these are writers, and these two are political authorities, right? Political associations. Next we have Scribblers Club. Scribblers Club, which was famous in or founded in 18th century. Who are these? So it was an informal association of authors based in London that came together in early 18th century. They were prominent figures in the Augustan age. They were prominent figure in Augustan age of English letters. Their purpose was to satirize. Just remember that these writers' purpose was to satirize the follies of contemporary society and promote classical literary ideals. It was founded by Jonathan Swift, Alexander Pope, and John Gray. They were prominent writers from this particular club, Scribblers Club. Who were these? Jonathan Swift, Alexander Pope, and John Gray. and who were most? John Gray, Thomas Parnell, and John Arbuthnot. So these are the famous writer of from particular this club. Next we have, that is the Augustans. The Augustans in 18th century. The poets who emulated, that means imitated the classical Roman poets, who imitated the classical Roman poets, emphasizing orders, decorum, and rationality in their work. This was an age of new prose forms such as periodicals, criminal biographies, travelogues, political allegories, and romantic tales. That means in this particular age, in this particular era, these things were written: periodicals, a criminal biography, travelogue, political allegory, and romantic tales. And the predominance of satire is an important literary characteristics of this age. Okay, who are these writers? Most famous writers are Alexander Pope, Jonathan Swift, and sometimes this Dr. Johnson, Samuel Johnson. Okay, next literary movement we have Romanticism, which is also called Romantic Age. It started from late 18th century and early 19th century. As you all know, Romanticism, this is Romantic Age also. So there is a definition, but you have to remember that is this movement started from the beginning of Romantic Age, and which started from 1798. That is the publication of Lyrical Ballad. When this particular collection, Lyrical Ballad, was published, from this particular time period, this age started. Okay, who were the famous prominent writers from this particular age? That is William Wordsworth. He is most famous. William Wordsworth, S.T. Coleridge, John Keats, P.B. Shelley, Lord Byron, and Robert Southey. So these are the writers who were most famous in this particular age. Okay, next literary movement we have Lake Poets. Who were Lake Poets? So Lake Poets were famous in early 19th century. So the English poets who lived in England, Lake District of Cumberland and Westmoreland. So in this particular place in Lake District they lived. So that's why they are called Lake Poets, right? In the beginning of 19th century. And who were these writers? William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, that means S.T. Coleridge, Robert Southey, and Dorothy Wordsworth. Dorothy Wordsworth, the sister of William Wordsworth, right? Okay, next move, Satanic School of Poetry. Satanic School of Poetry, this is also most famous. It was famous in 19th century. And what is Satanic School of Poetry? The Satanic School of Poetry, this school was named, this name was applied by Robert Southey to a class of writers headed by Lord Byron and P.B. Shelley, because according to him, their productions were characterized by a satanic spirit of pride. Satanic spirit of pride. What was the quality of characteristics of these writers? That is satanic spirit of pride, morally controversial, and audacious impiety. So that's why Robert Southey gave the term to their writings, their name, that is Satanic School of Poetry. The term was there for initially coined by Robert Southey's A Vision of Judgment. That means this term was coined by Robert Southey in the work A Vision of Judgment in 1821. In this particular work, he coined this term. Okay, who are these writers? Robert Southey, Lord Byron, and P.B. Shelley. These were the famous writers from this particular school of poetry. Next we have Cockney School of Poetry, right? It was found or popular in 19th century. So what is this? So the term was used to describe a group of romantic poets and essayists. So you have to remember, in this particular school of poetry, Cockney School of Poetry, it was not only poets who were famous, but essayists also, based in London in the early 19th century. The term was first used in series. Of hostile reviews in Blackwood magazine 1817, and that was primarily aimed at Leigh Hunt, but also included John Keats and William Hazlitt. Primarily it was aimed at Leigh Hunt, but also included John Keats and William Hazlitt. Who were these famous writers? These famous writers were John Keats, Mary Shelley, P.B. Shelley, William Hazlitt, and Leigh Hunt. These were the famous writers from this particular school of poetry, right? Move on to the next literary movement. We have American Romanticism. It was found in and it was popular in early 19th century. What is it? So it was a literary, artistic and philosophical movement in the United States. It was popular in United States that lasted from the 1830s to around 1865. It lasted from 1830s to 1865. It was a response to the industrialization of the continent and the threat to the natural world. Individualism, nature, escapism, national identity, democracy, internal self. These were the characteristics of this particular movement. Who were the famous writers from this particular movement? That is Washington Irving, Edgar Allan Poe, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, and Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman, right? So this was all about the video. This was part 1, and we will discuss some other literary movements in some other part. Okay, so I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and do subscribe for more updates. Thank you for watching the video.